Is Superman 2025 a great movie? Well, no. Decent, yes, but great? Far from it in my opinion. Now I know a lot of people are going to love the 2025 iteration of Superman. There's a plethora of James Gunn style comedy, it's colorful, there's several characters to enjoy, and well, they get Superman right. We see the Superman who's kind-hearted, selfless, and would do anything to save anyone. So yeah, I get exactly why people are rating this film highly. It's a movie for die-hard Superman fans that hated Zack Snyder's interpretation of the character, and it's also a crowd pleaser. For casual movie theater goers, this is the type of film I would consider an easy watch. Personally, I wouldn't say Superman 2025 is the best they could have done though. With that being said, today, I'm discussing why I think Superman is decent, but not a great movie. First things first, let me get to what works in Superman 2025. As mentioned, the thing people are going to love about Gunn's Superman is the fact they get Superman right. He's no longer the dark, gloomy character as he was depicted in Man of Steel. He's not viewed as the next coming of Jesus Christ. Here, he's just viewed as the protector of Earth, the man who always chooses to do the right thing. This version of the character is incredibly bright, at times goofy, funny, and simply good. Now, even though I'm a big fan of Cavill's portrayal of Superman, and like how Zack Snyder went for a darker spin on the character, I can't say I prefer that version of Superman over this one. It's nice to see a lighthearted side to Superman, and Cornsweet mostly does a good job with what Gunn asked of him. I think David Cornsweet is good as Clark Kent/Superman. I'm honestly not surprised at all that fans are already calling him the best Superman. I do believe a lot of that is recency bias, along with people coming off hating Cavill's Superman portrayal. Nonetheless, David is good in the role. So easily the best part of Superman 2025 is how they portray Superman. James Gunn has his style of filmmaking spread all throughout this as well. You get tons of humor and a very colorful movie. Depending on your theater crowd, you're probably gonna hear folks laughing a lot. And you know what? I didn't mind the heavy humor in Superman. Some have criticized the film for using too many jokes, but I thought the use of humor overall was just enough. At my first viewing during an early screening, I thought Gunn may have gone a bit too far. But then I realized, wait, I'm seeing this movie early with die-hard Superman fans. Of course they're going to laugh at every single little thing. So when I saw Superman a second time on Thursday night with a regular crowd, the laughing was toned down a notch and people weren't reacting to everything. The amount of humor here is just right, and accompanying the humor is a tone that doesn't always take itself seriously. Which, if you're going for a comedic version of Superman as opposed to a serious take, I think it's a fine choice. Alright, Superman 2025 got the character of Superman right, it got the color scheme right, and was spot on with its humor. But why don't I think Superman is great? What did this movie get wrong? Well, absolutely my biggest issue has gotta be Superman's lack of focus. There's so much going on. You have a plot involving two heated countries, with Superman caught in the middle, a plot revolving around this pocket universe, you got Lex Luthor scheming against Superman, there's a subplot with Jimmy Olsen and one of Lex's side pieces, not to mention several secondary characters, including the Justice Gang. For a movie clocking in at a little over 2 hours, they have an awful lot going on in a relatively shorter film. Nothing gets fleshed out, many characters are one-dimensional, and little is known about them. I think as a whole, the relationships between these characters are half-baked too. We truly don't get to see enough of Clark and Lois together, nor do we get to see much of Clark and his parents. It doesn't help one bit that Superman takes place 3 years after he revealed himself to the world. It almost feels as if this is supposed to be a sequel, except the first film doesn't exist. Now, I do agree we did not need another origin story. But maybe they could have started the movie with Clark revealing himself to the world as Superman. That way, we at least get to see his first interactions with Lois, Jimmy, and so forth. This would help the audience understand their relationships better. If they did that and had a plot more focused with less characters, Superman could have been great. The end result is just kind of messy though. Furthermore, what Gunn aims for story-wise is nothing beyond your typical superhero shenanigans. The movie at best always feels good, but never great. Gunn just plays it safe. Don't expect many surprises. Don't go in thinking you're gonna get some type of emotional phenomenon. That's not what Superman 2025 is. Shit hits the fan and Superman has to save the day. There's plenty of superhero flicks we've seen that play out the same way. I really hoped for something new and fresh from a story perspective. But you don't get it here. Just popcorn entertainment throughout. It never quite ventures beyond that. Real quick, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications for upcoming videos. Outside of the story and characters, the action sequences I didn't find particularly great either. And a big reason for that is because the CGI can be hit or miss. It's not terrible, but at times I found the CGI distracting. Most notably during a scene that takes place in the aforementioned Pocket Universe. As a matter of fact, I wish they cut out the Pocket Universe stuff entirely. It did not do the movie any favors from a look and story standpoint. For me, anytime we're there, Superman is at its worst. All in all, Superman 2025 gets done what it had to do. This is a summer blockbuster many casual movie theater goers will have fun with, between Gunn's comedy and action. And diehard fans of the Superman character will be pleased because Superman is no longer dark. He's a colorful, funny, selfless symbol of hope. Cornsweat's version of the character is what people have wanted, and they finally got it. Since Superman 2025 achieved those things, it didn't have to be great. Obviously, I would have loved if it were. Nonetheless, I'm thinking future Superman sequels and other DC projects have potential to get there. Time will tell, though, if Gunn's new DCU can right the wrongs of DC's past long term. We shall see. Anyway, do you agree with my opinion of Superman 2025? And where would you rank this among Superman's filmography? Let me know in the comments. Well, thank you all so much for watching this review of Superman 2025. Again, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed yourself. I'll catch you all in the next one. See you then.